A high wind warning remains in effect for the entire region, with gusts up to 70 miles per hour causing major problems. Take a look at the scene in northeast Baltimore. A large tree collapsed on two cars with the drivers inside at the time. Now, fortunately, they were not hurt. There has been at least one person killed in Maryland in this storm. Well, the winds also caused significant problems on the roads today. A tree down across part of Interstate 695 at Greenspring Avenue. Restrictions have been in place on most of the region's bridges all day. And a live look outside right now. Widespread problems caused by the wind all day long, violently shaking Harbor Cam. WJZ is live with a team of reporters on this weather. Let's first go to meteorologist Tim Williams and Bob Turk. Bob.
All right, take a look at radar. We have a few snow showers possible north and northeast of the region right now. A little bit of activity around northeast sections of the state, particularly over a portion of northern Delaware. The big storm, however, is way off to the east, northeast of us, across portions of southern New England, southeast of New York. New York now is getting a little snow mixture right there. You can see that snow line from New York off to Pennsylvania and New York. Some areas up there, blizzard conditions with 10 to 15 inches of snow. Around here, it's possible we might see a few snow showers on the next few hours. Generally, we were looking for clearing skies overnight. They're already seeing some sun out to the west of us as the sun is setting this evening. As far as the winds are concerned, at the airport in the last hour, sustained at 31, 21 in Westminster, 23 in Ocean City, 38 in D.C. But wind gusts just in the last hour at the airport still at 49, 55 reported in Annapolis, and 37 in Ocean City. Out to the west, 34 miles an hour wind gusts in Oakland. That's the only place that right now is not under the high wind warning. It's been lifted out there. In the rest of the state, still until 6 a.m. tomorrow, we could still experience wind gusts over 50 miles per hour. Tim is looking at those peak gusts around the region. Tim?
And the sample of peak gusts that we've seen take us up as high as about 71 miles per hour, as you see in Frederick. We got that earlier this afternoon. Patuxent River registered a peak gust of 69 miles per hour. We saw BWI Marshall hit 59 just around the 4 o'clock hour. Reagan National at 58. Hagerstown 53, and Salisbury Ocean City area down around 51 miles per hour. That was the gust through this afternoon. And again, that's just a sample. As you know, those gusts have been very high and the winds have been howling through the afternoon. Our futurecast takes us to midnight tonight. We're expecting to see sustained winds still in the mid 20 mile per hour range till about 31 mile per hour around Annapolis or so. 17 mile per hour winds sustained in Hagerstown. That's some of the lowest, but then 25 down toward Ocean City. We get to about 5 to 6 o'clock or so in the morning, and we'll expect that the high wind warning should be lifted at that point. If we lose that criteria of 60 mile per hour gusts with damage as a result, then it could be extended by the National Weather Service. But in the meantime, we'll expect to see that those sustained winds will remain in that mid 20 mile per hour range through much of the day on Saturday. It's not until Sunday that we start to see it, but until then, we still expect to see wind gusts between 25 and about 40 miles per hour with occasional gusts between 55 and 70 miles per hour. Vic, back over to you.
Thank you, Tim and Bob. Let's go to WJZ investigator Mike Helgren live in Kingsville, Baltimore County with a look at the extensive damage caused by the winds and tragically a death right there. Mike?
This was the first death, Vic. It happened just behind me when a woman went out to check her mail around noontime today. And don't let your guard down with these winds. They're still howling here. If we can take a look up at some of these tall, skinny trees in the area, we've heard of a lot of close calls today. The powerful nor'easter destroyed homes and shattered lives, toppling trees across Maryland and more.
Like a tornado. Looked like a tornado hit. That's what it looked like. Looked like a tornado hit.
A heartbreaking scene in Baltimore County after a tree fell on a 77-year-old woman, killing her.
She had walked outside to get some of her mail. While she was out doing that, one of the tree branches broke off and struck her, ultimately killing her.
In West Baltimore, trees snapped, and in one neighborhood, a tree fell on a house. What did it sound like when you...
Like thundering. Sound like somebody dropped a ball on the house. I pretty much seen it. I was ready to leave out. I seen it through the front window. I seen it just come towards the house and just hit the window, hit the house and knocked our window out up there.
No one was injured there.
They tore up my gutters and ran into the side of the house.
Power crews have been working to restore electricity to thousands.
The challenge is the duration of this windstorm. We saw the wind really pick up early in the morning. We've seen gusts across our service territory in the mid 50 miles per hour. So we've seen a 53, 54, 55 mile per hour wind gusts.
A tree fell on Interstate 95 near White Marsh, causing a major backup and shearing off the bumper of a car. And this is not over yet, with high winds lasting through tomorrow. Still more than 100,000 BGE customers without power, even more when you go outside the BGE service area. People in this neighborhood don't have power tonight, and it's tough to use those bucket trucks. They can't really in these high winds, so some people are going to have to wait, but they're trying to get the power back on for thousands right now. Live in Baltimore County, Mike Helgren, WJZ.
All right, thank you very much, Mike.